Welcome to the Cayuga County Small Business Assistance Grant Program. I am Maureen Reister, the Economic Development Specialist for the Cayuga Economic Development Agency, also known as CEDA. CEDA is the economic development organization that serves all private businesses in the county by providing easy access to all the information, incentives, and resources needed to start or grow a business in Cayuga County. The county has contracted with CEDA for support services to deliver this grant program. CEDA will be marketing it and assisting small business with the application process. CEDA is responsible for the intake and processing of the applications. However, the awards will be determined by a 5-member award review and selection committee that has been established by Cayuga County. In this video, I'll review the grant program guidelines and explain what is needed for the application process. However, it is the applicant's responsibility to review the full policy guidelines, application requirements, and any other components made part of this program. Let's begin. The Cayuga County Small Business Assistance Grant was created to financially assist small businesses within the county that suffered negative economic impacts from the COVID-19 pandemic. The American Rescue Plan Act awarded funds to Cayuga County through the coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds. This is the funding that all municipalities received for their federal pandemic relief. Earlier this year, on April 26, 2022, the Cayuga County Legislature approved a resolution to allocate $500,000 for a term-limited small business grant program. The goal of the county grant program is to assist the maximum number of small businesses in Cayuga County within the resources provided by the county legislature. It is the intent of the Cayuga County Legislature to distribute the funds to small businesses in an objective, equitable, and accountable manner on behalf of the citizens of Cayuga County. The county will award grant funds to eligible small businesses based on submitted applications and qualifications that demonstrate negative financial impacts from the pandemic incurred during the 2-year time period starting on or after January 1st, 2020 and until December 31st, 2021. The total amount of funds available in this grant program is $500,000. The amount of money each business can be awarded is up to $10,000, and no matching funds are required. The awards will be given in a one-time payment. Based on the amount available, this means the county could award 50 businesses the full $10,000. However, the county is anticipating there will be more than 50 qualified applicants, and in an effort to disperse these funds widely and equitably, the county will likely award less than the maximum amount. In addition, an executed grant agreement between the small business and Cayuga County is required. Any small business that is awarded a grant will be required to execute a grant agreement, which includes providing an end-of-program report that will contain the following information: how the funds were utilized and expended, how the funds helped the business survive and or grow, and how the awards affected business revenue generation. In order to be considered for a grant, applicants must submit a completed application and all the supporting documentation by 4:00 p.m. on Thursday, December 15th. I'm going to go over the eligibility requirements, but as I noted before, it is the applicant's responsibility to review the full policy guidelines, application requirements, and any other components made part of this grant program. There are several factors to be eligible for the grant. To be eligible, the applicant business must comply with the following. The business was established and operating on or before December 31st, 2019, and currently continues as an established and operating business in Cayuga County. The business experienced a loss in annual gross receipts greater than or equal to 10% when comparing the 2020 and 2021 tax returns to the 2019 tax returns. The business is located in Cayuga County and licensed to do business in the state of New York and Cayuga County. The business must have 25 or fewer employees, including the business owner, and that employee count shall be based on the number of employees as of January 1st, 2020. The business's annual gross receipts in fiscal year 19 is less than or equal to $1 million. The business is not delinquent on any real property taxes or in default on any state, federal, or local taxes. The business is not delinquent on any loans provided under Cayuga County, the City of Auburn, or CEDA's loan programs. The business is not currently filing or engaged in a bankruptcy proceeding. The business is not suspended or debarred from the use of federal funds. The business is not a franchise unless that franchise is not a subsidiary of a larger corporation and is able to document that it is not a subsidiary. The business is not a chain unless the majority of the chain locations are within Cayuga County. The business is not a passive real estate business entity, and the business's gross receipts are not passive income. The business did not receive greater than or equal to $2,500 from the recent City of Auburn Pandemic Small Business Grant Program. And finally, the business will enter into a grant agreement with Cayuga County that will include, but is not limited to, evidence of expenditures and outcomes through a one-time end of program report. Like I said just a few slides ago, but as a reminder, this will include how the awarded funds were utilized and expended, how the awarded funds helped the business survive and or grow, and how the awarded business, the funds affected the business revenue generation. As it always is the case with federal dollars, there are some restrictions on how this grant funding can be used. The awarded businesses may only use the grant funds for mitigating business financial hardship due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Business financial hardships include, but are not limited to, declines in revenues or periods of business closure, supporting payroll and benefit costs or costs to retain or replace employees, business-related mortgage, rent, or utilities costs, and other business operating costs. The following uses of these grant funds are not allowed. You cannot pay off non-business debt, such as personal credit cards for purchases not directly associated with the business and business operations. You cannot purchase personal expenses, such as paying off a car loan or making home repairs. Cannot be used to purchase personal items for food, travel, and entertainment purchases that are not directly associated with the business operations. The funds also cannot be used to pay bonuses to the business owner. You can't deposit grant funds into a pension fund. The funds can't be used to directly service debt that's not directly associated with pandemic losses, satisfy a judgment or settlement, or contribute to a quote unquote rainy day fund. And the recipients may not use federal funds for expenses which have already been reimbursed through another federal program, such as the Paycheck Protection Program or the EIDL, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. For the program timeline, the application period for this grant program opens Tuesday, November 1st, and closes at 4 p.m. on Thursday, December 15th. It is the applicant's responsibility to ensure their application is filled out completely and all required supplemental information, such as your tax returns, is submitted. The applicant will get an email confirmation that their application was submitted. If it's a paper application, confirmation will be submitted to the applicant in writing. However, it is the applicant's responsibility to confirm with CEDA that the application is deemed complete by the December 15th deadline. Please note, as stated in the program guidelines, the county reserves the right to accept or reject all or any part of an application and award the applications based upon the intent of County Resolution 182-22, which was the legislation that authorized and established this grant program. The fastest and easiest way to apply for this grant is by applying online. The grant application is found on CEDA's website at cayugaeda.org/county grant. It is strongly recommended that applicants apply online through CEDA's website. This is the most efficient way to ensure an accurate and timely submission of your application. For those who need to submit a paper application, hard copies are available at various locations around the county, including the county office building located at 160 Genesee Street in Auburn. Your local county legislator will also have copies available, and they may be dispersed through your town or village clerk's office as well. In addition to picking up a hard copy, you can also download or print a paper application from CEDA's website. Even paper applications are due by 4 p.m. on Thursday, December 15th. Any questions or clarifications must be submitted through the program's email account, which is countygrant@cayugaeda.org. Unfortunately, CEDA cannot answer questions by any other method. These questions and answers will be compiled and posted on our website under a frequently asked questions section for all applicants to view. Following application intake and processing by CETA staff, the completed grant applications will be forwarded to a 5-member award selection committee established by the Cayuga County Legislature, who will review all applications and the information submitted. The evaluation process will use, but not be limited to, the following criteria. The business will have demonstrated negative economic impact or harm due to the pandemic during the assessment period, which is 2020 and 2021. They will evaluate the amount of requested grant funds relative to each business's documented economic harm or loss, and with consideration to the demographic distribution of awards throughout the county. Remember, it's the county's intention to distribute these funds widely and equitably. The funds that are awarded, as determined and authorized by the county's 5-member award selection committee, will be made as direct grants to the small business. Payments of authorized grant funds shall be made within 30 days of the receipt, review, and approval of an executed grant agreement, which was mentioned previously in this presentation. Grant recipients may be required to enroll in ACH or direct wire transfer for disbursement of these funds. Cayuga County reserves the right to exercise some flexibility for payment terms on a case-by-case basis, which will be finalized during contract review and execution. Now I'll review the information that will be needed for your grant application. Much of this information can be found on your business tax returns. You will need to fill out the legal name of your business, which should match what is on your tax returns. If your business operates under a different name with a DBA, you'll put that down as well. You'll need the date your business was established or date incorporated, which can be found at the top of your tax returns. You'll also need to think back to how many employees you had on January 1st, 2020. The application asks for the number of full-time equivalent employees. So if you have 1 full-time employee and 2 part-time employees, you would enter 2. In New York State, part-time employment is anything less than 30 to 40 hours per week. If you are a sole proprietor or a single member LLC and do not have any employees, you would enter 0. You will also need your NAICS code. NAICS stands for North American Industry Classification System. Each business self-identifies the classification of their business, which is a 6-digit number. If you can't find this number on your tax returns, then go to www.census.gov/NAICS and search using keywords for your business. You'll also need to provide a brief business description. This is not an explanation of how the pandemic has affected your business, just simply what are the goods or services your business provides and other important information that describes how your business operates. The application will require you to upload your business tax returns for fiscal years 2019, 2020, and 2021. Please note that applicants are eligible if they began operations on or before December 31st, 2019. Therefore, it is possible that some applicants may not have a 2019 tax return. So those applicants would simply check the box confirming they did not have tax returns for fiscal year 19. The application asks for the gross receipts reported on each year of your tax return. This information is usually found on line 1 of most returns. To prepare for this application, make sure you have a copy of your business tax returns in PDF format. It is not necessary to submit your entire personal tax return, just the portion that relates to your business. This would likely be a 1040 Schedule C, an 1120 or 1120S for a corporation or S Corp, or a 1065 for a partnership. The grant application also asks if all or part of your business was shut down due to the pandemic. Was it your business's closure mandated by New York State, or was it the business owner's decision to close? Also, how long was your business closed in both 2020 and 2021? The choices are 4 to 12 weeks, 13 to 24 weeks, or more than 25 weeks. Another question is whether your business received any funding from other COVID relief programs. The Payroll Protection Program had both first and second draws available. Simply add up both forgivable loan amounts and enter them into the application. Also indicate whether those loans have been forgiven or not. Another federal relief program was the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, or EIDL. This was not a forgivable loan. However, there were some advances, called the EIDL advance, targeted EIDL advance, and supplemental EIDL advance. The total advance amount could have been up to $15,000. The application asks whether you received an EIDL loan, so if you have a loan, put that amount into the application. If a business has already received more than $2,500 from the City of Auburn's Small Business Support Program, they are ineligible to apply for this grant program. If the business received any other local, state, or federal COVID-19 grants, there is another place to enter those with a description. This is where you can enter any amounts from those EIDL advances, which are essentially grants. This information concludes what is required on the grant application. In summary, the 5-member award selection committee will use the IRS business tax returns from 2019 as a baseline for assessing the economic losses incurred in 2020 and 2021. As a reminder, the county grant funds can cover negative economic impacts documented by the small business from January 1st, 2020 until December 31st, 2021. It is the applicant's responsibility to document their negative economic impact and, if awarded, execute a grant agreement, which requires an end of program report to explain how the awarded funds were utilized and expended, how the awarded funds helped the business survive and or grow, and how the awarded funds affected business revenue generation. And finally, if you need any assistance at all with the application, please reach out to me, Maureen Reister, in writing by emailing countygrant@cayugaeda.org. And remember, the best way to submit an application is by applying online at cayugaeda.org/countygrant. To stay informed about this grant program and other resources to help start or grow your business in Cayuga County, you can subscribe and follow CETA on all the various social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I also suggest you subscribe to CETA's email list by clicking the button on the homepage of their website. It's top and center and says, subscribe to our newsletter. CETA's mission is to foster a sustainable quality of life through business retention, expansion, and attraction. We do this by connecting entrepreneurs and business owners to the various local, regional, state, and federal resource programs. And the best part is that our services are free and confidential, so please engage with us. We look forward to meeting with you.